Hello, it is me, Alien Guy 1234, and this is a YouTube video that I'm making about survival Minecraft. I spawned right next to a woodland mansion, which I think is insane. Um, I'm recording this right after I edited it, so this is a voiceover, and I do not remember what I did in the beginning of this. There was originally about 3 hours of footage that I cut down into 8 minutes. It wasn't that hard because I just did a lot of rough cuts and speeding up of clips. But yeah, this is Minecraft. I spawned into Birch Forest right next to a woodland mansion, which I think is pretty awesome. And from here, I was just trying to figure out where I wanted my base to be. I was kind of exploring a little bit. I found a little shore and this small island, and I was like, okay, yeah, this is a pretty cool spot. And then I died and had to go grab my stuff back. That was the skeleton that you saw was the skeleton that killed me. I yeah. So I died and I had to grab my stuff. And at that point it was nighttime. I was hoping that that creeper wouldn't see me, and it didn't, luckily. So I made a furnace and got attacked by a drowned. Um, so yeah, that happened. That was pretty pretty eventful. Getting attacked by a drowned, and then I got attacked by two drowns, and uh, and yeah, typical Minecraft stuff. I don't know. Roll the next clip. What happened? Oh, I'm lighting up this base with torches. I was like, yeah, wait, I need torches. And I didn't use regular coal. I used charcoal because I didn't have any regular coal at that point. Yeah, 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 okay, yeah. And I was, oh yeah, I remember. I was like, at that point, I was like, okay, wait, I need to do some terraforming. But first, I wanted to get the general structure of my base down, and it's not anything special. It's just a nice little starter base Minecraft house. I went mining looking for iron, but I couldn't find any. Then I tried to ride this Nautilus, but I didn't, because I don't know how Nautiluses work. Nautili. I didn't know how Nautili worked. I went hunting for some food, got myself down to 1 heart. Got a bunch of pigs, but then finally, after like 10 minutes, I found sheep, which was nice. And then I tried killing these cod and forgot that I was underwater and drowned. So that was the second death of this episode. And then I moseyed my way back to my base and made my bed, which I was very proud of. And I thought, I'm just so awesome for making a bed. Um, so yeah, there was a lot of trial and error with this base because it's not the biggest, as you can see. But for now, that's where I put my bed. I made the walls and was like, okay, this would look nice with a cobblestone roof. So I spent a pretty long time mining. This is 100 times speed, and I only found 5 iron. But I'm not upset because I got enough cobblestone to make the roof, which is what I did. I made the roof, and I think, and I hope you think, that once you see it, that it'll look pretty cool. So that's nice. Yeah, in real life, my water heater exploded. So if you hear chairs rustling in the next couple of episodes, it's because half of my floor is gone. So yeah, that sucks. Here I was making a window at the top of my base. Um, a lot of what I cut out is just me trying stuff to see if I liked it. Um, and this is what I landed on with the kind of circular diamondy shelf kind of thing around the window. And then I made the floor for my base, which was, I think is that dark oak or is that spruce? I don't actually know. I think it might be spruce. And then I used a bunch of stripped oak to add texture to the walls of my base, which a lot of it is inspired by like recent builds, because I feel like Minecraft is really evolving as of recently, especially being aided by the fact that they're doing like multiple updates a year now instead of one big one. Um, I'm very excited for that. But it was about this point that I noticed that my island, like I want everything in the island to be functional. So I made a farm and I tried to make it look kind of natural. I don't know how I don't know how this stuff like actually works, but I ended up with this kind of design of it like poking out of my island and kind of connecting the two sides that jutted out. I slowed down the footage there for a sec because I just thought that was a really cool POV of my base. If you want to rewind that, you can see what I mean. It wasn't very fast, but um, yeah, I added a window to the side of it, and then wanted to get a look. And this is generally what it looks like. From here, I wanted to work on the back of it a little bit, so I added flower pots and decorated pots. And I didn't realize that you could put flower pots inside of decorated pots to add just a little bit of more height to them. So when I did that and that happened, I was like, "Oh, this is awesome! This is really cool." Um, yeah, I put a little bit of more of farmland on the side of it and added this kind of trap door kind of door. This I yeah that um, I was particularly bad at it, so I had to put sand there in the door to fix that. But yeah, that's the Woodland Mansion, which I want to explore after I get like full iron armor, which hopefully should not be that hard. Um, and then this is what it looks like right now. There should be more hay in the future after I farm a lot of that wheat. But I thickened up the island, made a house. Um, yeah, I mean, I got two firefly bushes from the forest that's next to me and added these decorated pots at the back of it. I might add a window or something in the back, but I'm not really sure. My biggest problem is that there is not a lot of space in there, but I'm pretty happy with the interior design, except for that stair. Actually, every single time that I looked at that stair while editing, I was like, oh, shoot, I gotta remove that. And then, Minecraft Alien Guy did, and I was like, awesome, sick. Uh, yeah, so that's the episode. Thank you for watching. I condensed 3 hours of footage into like 8 minutes, and I'm very proud of that. Goodbye.